I need to be honest. I've been doing my videos the wrong way. Now I know technically there's no right or wrong way to make YouTube videos. It is very much about creative expression. Personally, I was using AI to help script a large portion of my videos. And I know that's not a big deal because a lot of people are doing that nowadays. But the reason I was doing it in particular is to kind of avoid accountability for things I say, and as kind of a strategic political move for the movement that I want to start and the life purpose that I have set for myself. But I realize that might kind of be a cowardly framework to operate in, because as I grow and develop as a person, I realize that you're always going to have people who disagree with you, and that's fine, right? When you have a strong opinion about something, there will always be discourse. Now, whether there's healthy discourse, that's another question, but there will always be people who disagree with you when you take a bold stance on something. And it is a very cowardly way to maneuver, like I said, when you have no conviction behind what you're saying and you try and cater towards everyone. My thought process was, by using AI, of course, I'll be able to mass produce content quicker, and then the content that I actually make will be more structured, and therefore it'll be more professional. And there, like I said, there was less risk in terms of people getting mad at me for having an original opinion or thought. But this is very much against what I am trying to accomplish and what I'm trying to promote within the minds of people. Because my personal life purpose, and I won't talk too deeply about this because this isn't really what this video is about. This video is more so just about autonomy. But my life purpose is to try and spark a rebellion within people. Now, whether that's a physical rebellion, we will see. Hopefully not, because historically, I've been studying rebellion lately because I really am starting to feel myself develop into this artistic identity that I've created, and I'm really developing into my authentic self. And that relates heavily to what this video is about, because you can't really be authentic if you're reading a script that was generated by machine thought forms. So I've been using AI since pretty much the beginning of the year to create my YouTube videos. And there was a small voice in the back of my head that was very prevalent that just kept nagging at me like, you're not expressing yourself. This is kind of just slop. And I try to ignore it because of the points I made earlier in this video. Once you start speaking freely and you start having independent thought forms, this goes against the system because they do not really want you to have independent thoughts. And again, I don't want to make this video too political. I just kind of want this video to frame my channel moving forward and what my videos are going to be like. Of course, you can already feel it's probably a little bit more messy or a lot more messy, but at least there's a sense of connection and authenticity because I already feel the difference. And I'm sure if you go look at my past videos, you guys will feel the difference too if you come back and watch this in comparison. But yeah, this voice was telling me that I wasn't being true to myself because I can't outsource thinking. And it's not even like I was using AI to script my entire videos. I was still generating these ideas and doing research with the AI, but what the final product was is, in retrospect, kind of just the scripts were a bunch of ideas slapped together, and it may have sounded coherent and intellectual, but it wasn't me. It wasn't a deep internalized understanding of the topics that I was discussing. So I guess what triggered me to make this final change, because this is the third time that I've kind of restructured my YouTube content. The first strategy I was using was to look at videos that performed well and kind of just copy lines from them and build a script from that. And then I started using a teleprompter to create an AI script, and I thought that was super efficient. And now I am in my final form because I can't really see content evolving further from this. But yeah, what really triggered it was I received a comment on a short that I made about AI. And the short was something along the lines of why we are becoming heavily dependent upon AI. And if you look at society, it's very true. Most people at work, they use AI to, reply to emails. The job market in and of itself is horrible because people are using AI to create resumes, and then these resumes are being scanned by an AI. So it's all wretched, no vomit. It's not getting anywhere. But this short was essentially just describing how we are becoming so hyperly dependent on AI and there's no regulation structure. And somebody commented on that short that I made. They said, "Yet you used AI to create the script for this video." And it just got right up under my skin. Because usually when I receive a hate comment, I just say, "Thanks for the engagement. It helps my channel grow." Because that's what it is, right? Like I know for a fact that nobody who's happy with their life or is trying to be productive in any sense of the word is, typing out hate comments to someone online. They're doing more productive things with their day, but I digress. The reason this got under my skin, and I don't think it really got under my skin as much as I'm making it out to be, but the reason it really triggered this change within me is because the thing is, he was right. Because I was being hypocritical in that short. And it's not like I've been dishonest about anything because all of my videos have a disclaimer about how I use AI to help write them. But this comment really just confirmed my thought process of, yeah, maybe I am going the wrong way. Because if I want to build something real, if I want to connect with people, like I said, I can't outsource thinking. I can't pretend to have a internalized understanding of subjects that I don't truly understand on a deep level. I guess what I'm trying to convey with this video is if I want to build something that's genuinely real, I can't rely on AI to outsource my thinking. Like I keep saying, I need to have a deeper internalized understanding. And the reason for that is because if I do genuinely end up creating a movement one day and I end up leading a rebellion or I end up igniting something in the hearts of people, there's going to be a gap where I will be put in positions, but I'm not able to respond effectively. So as I develop myself, I want my own personal development to co-align with the betterment of the world, if that makes sense, because that will give me a deeper sense of fulfillment and purpose than anything I can imagine. I made this my life purpose for a reason. I'm literally studying Spartacus, Nelson Mandela, Gandhi, Malcolm X, rebellious figures throughout history. I'm studying them deeply because I really want to ignite something within people. I feel the unhappiness in the world. I see how people are unsatisfied with the current system we have. And we are moving towards a technological epoch, right? We are moving towards a point where technology will be advanced enough to automate things. And this can either be one of the most beautiful things ever for humanity, or it could literally spell the end of, of our race, right? So I want to try and enact as much change as I can within the world authentically. And my old strategy of relying on AI, even though it was more structured, it's not authentic. There's no genuine connection being developed between me and an audience. And like I said, I think YouTube is much more structured. Of course, I write my own songs, but that's not enough. I think if you're making talking head videos, such as I am, there needs to be an artistic identity. And artistic identity can never be outsourced. It always has to be original, or you lose the soul that people relate to and connect to. And you lose yourself in the process. No matter how structured, how intellectual you may sound, you'll get caught slacking one day. People will be like, oh, this person is an idiot because they don't know what they're talking about. And people subconsciously will probably pick up on how much more authentic this style of content feels. Like, I encourage you to go watch one or two of my previous videos and you'll be like, wow, yeah, this is much better. And so, yeah, in a world full of AI slop, when I'm not just reading a script off a teleprompter that was generated largely with the help of AI, I think that's something that will resonate with people. And I think that's kind of the missing, spark or soul that people are looking for in this day and age. Because AI is going to get to a point where it's not only mass producing content, I'm talking about hundreds of videos per day, per one AI, right? Just imagine how many AIs are going to be out there eventually. But it's going to be producing content at a level that is like almost hypnotizing, because keep in mind that AI has access to psychological data, retention data from social media algorithms. So people are going to be scrolling like, wow, look at this, another video, another, like it could become dystopian, and I don't want to contribute to that, let alone like deep fakes and people. Imagine how easy it would be if I just continued talking like an AI robot. Because in my old videos where I was reading scripts from AI, I was like, yeah, guys, and this is the way to do it. And of course we are going to, like, it was so, there was no personality there. At least now you can see what I'm genuinely like. And another thing is I want to make friends from social media, right? Like other content creators or influencers. And I can't do that if I'm just reading scripts, because these people will come across my videos and they might scroll for a bit and then they're going to realize, oh, this guy's just reading AI. Like, okay, next, right? And I don't want that. So yeah, I want to connect with people. I made the decision that I would die for this. And you might think I'm crazy. You might think I'm over exaggerating, but that's genuinely how I feel. And I'm in a really good place mentally now that I'm expressing myself. Not only am I finally releasing music, but like I said, I genuinely think this is the final frontier for my YouTube. I don't think it can evolve past this point. So what I'm going to be doing is I'll show you guys. I went out and I bought a fancy notebook. So I'm going to be doing, as you can see, I already wrote down a few points. You probably can't see it at all, but I wrote down a few points for this video just so it wasn't completely messy, because I got to develop this skill before I delve fully into it, which is fine, right? The first few videos where I'm just freestyling are going to be kind of messy. This is my songwriting journal. This is my reflection journal. And then back there, you guys probably can't see it, is actually my dream journal that I barely write in because my dreams are quite sporadic. Anyway, as you can see, what I'm trying to show you guys is that I'm a writer, right? And I do feel like I have a lot to offer the world. And I don't need AI to be interesting or to be a pseudo-intellectual, right? And I don't even necessarily need people to think I'm smart or whatever. Maybe I'm the dumbest guy in the world. That's okay. You've seen the movie Forrest Gump. Like, even dumbasses can create something valuable for people, something that people admire and look up to. Anyway, I'm getting off topic. I want to sum up the video by saying this is much more genuine, more authentic, like I keep saying, and I already feel the difference, and I hope people feel the difference as well. And I think this has a much higher ceiling for growth because people are looking for authenticity. Everybody sounds like a robot these days. I see a lot of celebrities online, and I'm not really a big scroller, thank God. I think there's much more productive things to do than scroll all day. But when I do scroll on my social media account, I see that celebrities are very robotic, and fair enough, they have to be, right? They can't really be involved in politics or be controversial because it'll hurt their brand or whatever, because the smartest people know that in order for you to be hyper successful, you can't really have strong opinions, right? The bigger you get, the more of like a celebrity you become, the more robotic you become. By nature, that's what happens. That's what the world kind of does to you. And I'm moving in the opposite direction, where I want to be my authentic self and I want to develop my mind, my talking skills. I'm very grateful for the AI videos I made because it helped improve my camera presence. It helped my cadence. I guess I was kind of scared that I have a lot of topics planned about socioeconomic issues in the world. And if I'm not using AI, I have to develop very deep understandings of these subjects and be able to convey them that way. But it is what it is. I think if you want to accomplish something of significance, it is going to be difficult, right? The thing is, I think anybody could have done what I was doing. Anybody could have read a script from a teleprompter, but to genuinely develop your mind and use that and have an original perspective on things, I think that is infinitely more valuable than collecting information and presenting it to people, because people already know what's up. Everyone's unhappy with the system that we have. But if we need someone to lead, if we need someone to come out and ignite something in people, like I said, it has to be from a place of authenticity. I think being genuine is a lost art. And now that I am fully developing into my life purpose, I pray that is something I can bring back to the world and to people in general. Like and subscribe. It takes you 2 seconds, but it helps me out more than you can imagine. Love you guys.